Hello, my name is Ben Alexander, and I have autism, and I sound pretty sick today. Sorry if I'm not 100%. Yeah, I'm dealing with a cold, I'm coughing, and I'm trying to do my best to give you guys a video. Um, just trying to get through this week. It's been a week, I guess. Been a tough week, but this goes into my video talking about how should I communicate to my autistic child. You know, we all go through long weeks, no matter if they're young or old. We're all going to have bad weeks. We're all going to have bad moments. And when those moments arise, what is the child going to remember? Are they going to remember the harsh words that you say and completely don't trust you, or are you gonna communicate love and acceptance? Now, obviously there's righteous anger as well. Righteous anger is a good thing, but as long as it builds up the person and your child, that's all that should matter at the end of the day. And you know, one choice can lead to another. One bad choice can lead to another bad choice, as well as a good choice can lead to a good choice. And I know it's hard to make the good choices all the time, and you're going to make mistakes, and that's why we all need grace, because we're all going through something, I believe. And your child's going to be going through something. I know that they have autism, and I have autism, and we got battles that only autistic people face, but that doesn't mean we're less than human or less than capable of being resilient towards your problems. And I think that's the message that I'd give, is don't allow others to dictate your life. You know, even though I'm sick, I could easily sit in bed and not do this, but I'm deciding, I want to do this. I want to come on here, even though I'm obviously not 100%. I just want to come on and kind of explain how love should be, and how we should all respect each other. And that's the missing ingredient right now in this world. If we all practice loving our neighbor as ourselves, I believe we'd all be better for it. But unfortunately, that's not a popular concept. And we all have internal struggles. And I get it, because it's not easy to want to love a neighbor that hurts you, that wounds you, and makes you regret life. You want to take revenge. But honestly, what I'm starting to realize is it destroys you in the process. The anger and the rage is so destructive that it keeps you from moving forward. And you know, you can't allow humans to dictate your life. And I struggle with this too, because you'll hear something on social media, it's like, oh, if this person's correct and I'm wrong, well, I'm going to look like an idiot. So you'll double down on something, and it's just hard to trust anybody. So it's like, you know, you double down on what you believe's the best, even though it's not. And I feel like my point is that we all don't trust each other anymore. It seems like the trust of society and the trust of people and really has been broken. It's been broken since day one. And, you know, it sucks. But I believe we gotta get past this eventually. And I hope humanity could understand compassion, and I hope someday, some way, humanity will be more compassionate, because right now I just don't see it. I don't see it in this society. There's a lot more people spreading hate than actual, real, genuine compassion. It's so rare to see people that are compassionate, unfortunately. It's sad. And I'm not saying it's one of you guys or anybody watching this channel. But of course, if you leave a mean comment, then I'll know that you're one of the people. But I'm assuming most of you will not leave mean comments on my channel. But, you know, at the end of the day, I believe we could all grow together, and realizing that that we can all do our part better, and we all have a role. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that feel useless and don't think that their role's important, and they don't have a role. And that is one of the most devastating states you could be in. You know, you don't know what to do. You've been stripped away of everything. It's so easy to be resentful and angry. But as somebody who has been resentful and angry, it's not working. It's not leading to a good life. It's making me more angry and miserable and just a wretched person to be around. I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to be a wretched person to be around. But unfortunately, there's trauma. People have wounded me in my life. I've gone through lots of bad work cultures that have wounded me. Lots of toxic people around me. It seems like you open on social media, there's a lot of toxic people on there too. Even though I'm trying to stop the toxicity on social media through my platforms, but still it seems like the toxicity is so much more powerful than just me. And I feel broken and resentful because I can't fix it. And I want to be able to fix it. I want to be able to fix the world's problems, but I just can't. I need God. I need people who are willing to come together in compassion, in being gracious towards one another, and really being understanding of what people go through, because life is very hard. It's very difficult. And I think we all know this. I'm 100% convinced that we know this. But we do things to numbify the pain. We try to distract ourselves so we don't have to feel it anymore. You know, I'd love to be able to get rid of my feelings and just not be able to feel life anymore, and just, you know, like, not have strong emotions, just having no emotions and just relaxing and chilling, not getting too high, not getting too low. That's kind of what I mean by saying I wish all the emotions were rid of my life. You know, I struggle with a lot. There's a lot of mental health struggles that I talked about, but I do have a plan for this month to talk about mental health and my autism, so I definitely open up a lot more in my video. I'm probably going to get it the week of the 17th through the 22nd, that week. So that week is when you're supposed to look for the autism and mental health video. So so just to let you know that that's what's I'm planning. But anyway, you know, at the end of the day, we all have struggles. Having mental health, the conversations that are surrounded by it. The first thing is getting to the source of the issue. and getting the root of the problem. Kill the thing that grows the problems. Kill it. Sin is definitely used. Bad things. That's the thing you just gotta cut off completely from the root. It's hard. It's hard because there's a lot of hurt people doing a lot of evil things. And, some people just don't really see the point of doing hard stuff when there's not really a reward for it. I think that's a little bit of a problem too. It seems like, it's so difficult to find a good paying job that with this inflation and all that stuff, that's able to support yourself, or it's so hard. House prices in America are ridiculously expensive. It's unaffordable. And not to mention that there's not a lot of jobs. We're having a lot of issues in this country when it comes to the lack of good jobs, the lack of jobs that pay your bills. It's I can't believe we've ever gotten to this point where you can work 40 hours a week at a job and yet still can't be able to afford your rent. That's actually the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's beyond unbelievable to me. That rent is so expensive that your salary at your 40-hour-a-week job won't even pay for anything, or won't pay for it. That's absolute madness. And I know this video was about communicating to your autistic child. And again, my vision that I brought it out was there's just a lot of suffering as they grow older. The more older they get, they'll start to realize how much suffering and how much pain there is in this world. As a kid, you don't think of that as much. Or am I the only one as a kid that really didn't think about suffering or pain? And again, like I said, I'm sure there was some suffering in painful childhoods, and I'm sorry if this brought trauma into your life, because it's not the point. I don't want to bring trauma. I just want people to understand trauma and where it begins, and the way you act towards another person changes everything. If you act nicely and use compassion, and you could tell that you genuinely care about that person, like there's care, that's going to rub off on people. I've seen it time and time again where the best people that get the most out of the team, the business leaders that get the most out of their teams, is a leader that truly cares about their people. Even if there's rough times, even if they make mistakes, like you can talk to them and be like, hey, I think you did this wrong. And they can have the humility to say, you're right, I screwed up, thanks for letting me know. Those are the best leaders. And as an autistic parent, or a parent with a child with autism, or obviously you are an autistic parent that parents a child with autism, the thing is realizing that this is another human. This is a human's life. It's very important with how you treat that person. Because if you don't treat that person with respect, they're going to find alternatives. And the alternatives are just not going to be as good as having a loving mom and dad. It's not. Having parents that care can help you out a lot. It can help you out a lot. And that's why parenting is a serious responsibility and isn't meant for everybody. It just isn't. And I want to thank you guys for deciding to parent the right way. People who parent the right way, I thank you so much, because you're actually building society up, and you're actually giving us good people left in society, because society seems to want to crumble people and eat people up alive, because society is just terrible, you know. There's a lot of bad things happening, but fear not. Just try to focus on the positive, focus on God, focus on whatever you need to focus on. Do whatever you can to focus on the positive. Do whatever is going to do you best, what's going to serve you best. That's going to help you become a better person. That's my heart, and that's what I want for you. Sorry. But I guess at the end of the day, we all have struggles. We all have trials and tribulations. How are we going to respond to them? And I wanted to let you know about something. So it's about a month for my challenge, because on New Year's Day, I've mentioned this a bunch of my videos. My goal was to get 1,000 subscribers by April to reveal a mystery series. And I looked at my calendar. Yes, I do have April 1st as a deadline. It's coming up very, very fast. It's less than a month now. And, you know, once I reach April 1st, I'm not revealing the mystery series till a couple weeks later. So if you want to know what my mystery series is a week or a couple weeks before I tell you what it is, please subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to do these challenges so I can reach more people with autism, and really anybody in general that wants to learn about autism. I'm open to autism education, and I'm trying to do my part to be a positive voice in the autistic community. And I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you in the next video.